Yes, it is your girl Abby on Mongol Croonings with Abby and friends. And I already have a friend on the lineup. But first of all, let me just welcome I was wondering what was going on with the network. I was talking 1 minute and next thing I disappeared. Anyway, I've got people on the lineup, so I'm not going to take too much of your time because I'm quite excited about today's topic. And we actually have some videos for you. But first of all, how was today? Today was interesting. I went to college as usual. Didn't go to the radio station because I'm still on leave. I'm on compassion leave. They're just letting me just have opportunity to rest my brain. But Agbalumo is the season, and I think I ate about four, so I'm expecting a little bit of a tummy disturbance at some point. Then, yes, went for music class. I'm quite excited about that also. Yeah, that's basically what today. And then I just spent the rest of the day in bed. I just, when you're just like tired, brain fog, and you're just like, you know what, let me just relax and not stress about anything and just be in a place of zen. And the zen wasn't zen. I was just, when you're just there. That's how I was today. But I had a good chat with my very good friend Nonna, who is actually waiting in the wings to come on. And yeah, I feel much better and all of that. So what are we talking about today? Today we are talking because someone sent me a message and said, "This your blurb for the show is cryptic." I was like, "There's nothing cryptic about it. It's something that happens so many times, so many times, where someone would be. It happens with a lot of people who are in diaspora. You know, ooh, Nana, I'm looking at your photo where you're all dressed. Nana to the world. Come on now. Okay. So, this is something that is very, very common with people in diaspora. Someone will come to the country, be living in the UK, maybe they're born here or they traveled here. After some years, they are like, um, living with someone, they have a steady girlfriend or boyfriend, everything is looking great, all of that. And then the person will just be like, I need to quickly nip to Nigeria for a quick holiday, or Ghana, or Sierra Leone, or Kenya, wherever it is. It's not particular to a particular zone. And they'll be like, I need to nip, either the woman or the man. And then next thing, the partner is waiting for the boyfriend to arrive. Go to the airport, can't see nobody. Start calling the number, the phone isn't going through. What happened? Some people even get messages like, oh, so and so person was killed when they were in Africa, which is not true, and all of that. And then they just bump into some Facebook page that's been created or whatever. Person has got married while they were in Africa, and has brought the new partner, male or female, home, and they've started a brand new life. And this is a story as old as time. I'm telling you, there are too many stories like this. So basically, that's what we're going to be talking about. But I'm going to start bringing in my guests one by one because I'm sure you're not here for me, you're here for them. So let me bring them on. First of all, let's see whether Nana is around. Nana, welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank
Hey,
you.
how you doing, girlfriend?
Hi, how are you dear?
I did.
You finished your agbalumo?
I'm doing okay, oh, but your girl is still coughing. I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
Is the
So
agbalumo? Is the agbalumo?
yeah, don't blame the Agbalumo. That Agbalumo was fantastic. In case anyone, for our listeners who are not Yoruba or Nigerian, who was wondering what Agba is, it's called African star fruit, and it usually has a bit of tart, but the ones I got they are sweet. Like there's no tart. It's just sweet, sweet sugar all the way. I know I shouldn't eat as many as I did with me. I have to be careful, but I ate it with no regret. And if
Esma, it's called agbalumo. They should learn to call it agbalumo.
but they were not saying they shouldn't call it agbalumo, but at least they should know
Mm-hmm.
what it is they are calling.
And Google it.
So find out first of all, it is called African star fruit, and then of course the Yoruba name, because Sierra Leone too has. In fact, I bought
Ah,
yes, I bought two
okay,
different types. I bought the Nigerian one and I bought the Sierra Leone one. The
okay,
Nigerian
okay.
one, of course, was
It's Nigeria.
the Sierra Leone one had a bit of tart sweet, but it also has
Mm,
a slightly different shape. So you know how
okay.
the Nigerian one is smooth all round. The Sierra
Mm,
Leone one has like a pinched top. So the top
okay.
is pinched. So it's
It's
different.
called Udala. Udala
Udara in
in
Igbo.
Igbo. Mm,
Yes, yes. So I bought the two variants just to see what it was like,
mm,
and
okay.
it was quite delicious. Quite delicious. Yes, I'm
Mm.
trying to bring the light closer. So yeah. So how was your day after we chatted and you got off?
Yeah, nice. I'm just getting through the day. I'm just so many things to do. I don't know where to start, but eventually they will be done.
Trust me, that's how I started today. That's how I started today. So, anyways, let me bring on Yvonne. Yvonne, hi, how you doing, girl? I
Easy,
saw
easy.
her, she came on, and then she looked left and right, like as if she stole something, and then took off.
What
Where's her
are you
face?
gossiping about me?
Easy, easy.
Gossipy, with which mouth?
Easy, easy.
Who born us?
So wait, let me first of all protest. Are you bringing us in order of preference?
No,
Yes.
in order
Eat
of
your heart
arrival.
out. Eat your heart out. Is order of preference.
Yeah,
Eat your heart out.
The
that's
thing
not
that
true
happened in
because I still have someone
1987
else.
will
I have
happen
one
today
other
now.
person
Just
waiting.
tell me.
He's in order of arrival. No, that was the first
Say
person.
it so because that thing that happened in 1987 will happen now.
My dear, with my full chest, I'm telling you, it is by order of arrival. I
How
still have
you
one
day?
person, but I'm just
Fine,
bringing you
fine.
one by one. How are you doing?
I'm
Easy,
okay,
easy.
Jerry.
How's your
I say
day
if I don't
going?
come today, I could just let my dear sister down. Make I come. Make I turn up.
You try, you
You
try.
try.
Make I not come up cloth yet. Make I just still there here. Thank God I had the training and the training finished in good time. So it was alright.
Oh, good,
That's good. That's
good.
good. So, what did you eat today that was a bit on the special side?
Not you.
Okay, what did you eat?
I'm on a diet. I started a diet today, unfortunately.
Hey, all this diet. I don't
I've heard that
understand.
before.
Started
Me
today.
and diet are not in
So
the same postcode.
Okay, that's all.
I just
I
started
I
today.
like
So there's
food too
nothing.
much.
I did tell you I'm a foodie,
So,
man.
what is your diet? Is it fruits? Is it vegetables? Is it water? Is it air?
I'm trying to do. So I have a main meal um, at lunchtime, sort of, which is sort of like a balance because I'm not much of. I try not to be much of a breakfast person. So once I have my tea or coffee, then I have my main meal at lunchtime, especially days I'm at work. Then probably like this evening, I've not had anything. I'm not hungry, so probably have an orange or a fruit or something like that just
And then
before I
you
go
wake
to
up
bed.
around 3 a.m. looking like
At all, because
a
if I try
hyena.
it, heartburn, I'll have a lot of reflux. So
Mm.
I don't have appetite. I'm just happy
No,
where I
it's
am.
okay.
I'm so
Let's
full.
be honest. Having an issue with food when you eat it is different from not being hungry. You understand?
I'm
You
not
may be
hungry.
hungry, but stop yourself from eating because if you eat, you have acid reflux.
I
Mm.
But
shall
that
not. I'm
doesn't stop
not.
that the
Apart
fact that
from
you're
that,
hungry. Oh.
is the time you said 3 a.m. But right now, I'm not hungry.
That's what I'm saying. Because if you're not
I'm
hungry
very
now,
content.
you go to 12, you're like, I'm not hungry, you go to bed. Next is 3
I know they
o'clock.
stay till 12
You just
o'clock.
do
That's
back down.
Now that's 10 to 12. Now I no want to. I go sleep.
Because me,
Before that time.
I know me well. If I don't eat at night, like if I had an early lunch and then I don't eat at night and I'm feeling funky with myself that I'm good. Eh? You see, I'll just sleep. You see that 3 a.m. You just hear my eye will just open. And people who know me I used to see me cook around 3 a.m. because I'm actually fine not eating all day. Like day before yesterday, I did not eat one bite like this throughout the day. I didn't even know that I hadn't eaten. To me, I didn't even realize that food had not passed my lips. I was fine. Eh, like that, so 10 o'clock, I was feeling sleepy. I went to sleep. I took my meds. How I even took medication on empty stomach. I
Empty
don't even know.
stomach.
I did it. And I went to bed. 3 a.m. That's how my eye opened like this. Wow. Hey. I was like, okay, let me do something light. Let me not
Um,
something too much.
mm,
I first had yogurt. Yogurt was like,
mm.
are you playing?
Are
Are
you
you playing?
kidding me? Are you
Are
kidding
you
me?
you they whine me, my dear? I didn't know when
Okay, they went.
I first of all guzzled down bread, a big fat slice of agege bread with
That's
butter.
how we
Hey,
roll.
The thing did not work.
wow.
It did
Yeah,
not work. Oh,
you need solid food that
Agege
time,
bread.
man.
my dear, I didn't know when I went and stirred up fufu.
After agege bread,
After
Oh
agege
yes.
bread, fufu
that is a serious something,
at
though.
3:35 a.m.
So you can't help
Oh,
yourself.
hey.
Your body needs the food, I beg.
Eh?
Which our body needs the food. Agege
I
bread,
ate
then.
and I was up till about 5:30.
Yeah, you can't.
I went
You
to
won't sleep immediately with that food.
No,
No, you
I
can't.
went to sleep. And it was on a Sunday and I was getting ready to go to wake up for I was like, child, which kind of life is this? And I'm supposed to wake up at 6 something. That's how I just went back to sleep that okay, alarm will wake me up because yeah, it was on Sunday. Yeah. I'm telling you, my dear, it took the grace of God and two separate alarms I set on two separate devices
To
to
get
wake
you
me
up.
up.
That's how it is.
Uh, Let me bring on Sasha. Hey, Sasha. How you
Hey,
doing?
all right, thanks, chicken. How are you doing?
Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for
No worries.
joining.
Eating my dinner.
How's your day been?
Oh, it's been great, thanks. Busy, but yeah. What about yourself?
It's been okay. We've just been chatting about it. Went to college as usual. So, what did you eat anything special today?
Yeah, I've not long got in, so I've just done some chicken and rice dumpling.
Chicken and rice. Now, let me tell you something about Sasha. Sasha she'll just minimize and she just go chicken and rice. It's a lie. Oh. You see this lady? The day I and another friend, a Native American, went to her house for lunch, I ate
Oh,
my body weight in food. Like, you're a practicing Buddhist, right?
well, more sort of into the Hinduism, but yeah, in that way, practicing.
But like a lot of like
I do,
so many
yeah,
vegetarian variety to
Mm.
this chicken that you just is it chicken you said?
yeah.
But when we came to okay, yeah, because
Um,
the Native American friend who went with us is vegetarian, so we had
Mm.
vegetarian food. But
hey,
hey,
that was
I
it.
didn't know that like
Well,
vegetarian food,
that's
and it was a lot of Indian vegetarian food.
yeah.
Mm.
I didn't
No,
understand the kind of variety that was available.
yeah, their vegetarian food, especially Gujarati vegetarian food, is delicious, and I do eat a lot of it. But I'm Caribbean ultimately, so I like the meat.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I don't think the vegetarian life is for me.
No, I
All
could be
due
as
respect
well.
to any vegetarian, but
I mean, I do eat more like vegetarian dishes, but I couldn't give up my goat and my chicken.
You
But for
no,
me,
I'm not even goats.
you
I
don't mind.
can
You're a
I,
carnivore. Abby is a
Oh,
I can
carnivore.
actually do without goats, and I can actually do without chicken. You know what I can't do without? Fish.
Fish.
It has.
yeah.
If I don't see fish, I will not be
And that's
happy.
why I say I could give up everything but not fish.
Yeah, I can give up everything but no fish.
Not eggs too.
Same thing here. I can't give up
Hmm.
fish, can't give up eggs, can't give up prawns.
No, no,
No,
no.
can't give up any
Mm-mm.
of those.
Yeah. Everything can go.
Ivy, are you a meatitarian all through, or you're a fishitarian too?
She's a seafoodtarian
A
No,
for
meatitarian.
River State.
funny enough, no. I'm not a fish person.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so what do you prefer?
Shocking.
Chicken?
I I, I love goat meat.
Mm.
And then I
Yeah.
love stock. If at all I would eat fish, that's in fish I love is stockfish.
But you see, I don't get stockfish.
The
Why?
dried
Why?
one.
No, let me explain. Stockfish, as I know it, is the dry one that you now soak and you now cook, ba?
Yeah.
That thing is
Why would somebody want
tough.
to eat that?
It is tough.
It is so. You chew,
It
chew,
is
chew.
super tough.
You guys are pescatarians. That's the word I was looking for. Pescatarian.
She.
So
What does that
stockfish,
mean
right?
anyway?
If
What does
you
pescare kidney call me?
is
Pescatarian
somebody
is
that does
who
not
eat
eat
fish.
meat but eats fish, you say you're
Oh,
pescatarian.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, my favorite stockfish and goat's meat.
But
You
I
got
don't
me.
understand stockfish because stockfish is so dry.
That's that's the thing
It's like
now.
eating wood. It's like
No, but if you soak it, it's like soaking like saltfish when you soak and then the salt. So you soak, or either you soak stockfish for a while, long time, or if you have pressure cooker, you cook it soft.
my dear. The only way stockfish is ever getting soft is if you soak it for a year.
Abby,
But
no,
there's a fresh version of it. Banla now.
no,
The fresh one.
No,
I
I've
don't
never
like
seen
anything. You
fresh.
see, I don't like
I've
this.
never seen
That's
fresh stockfish. Oh.
That's it. It's Banla. The one that they
The
sell without the
pala is
head.
dry fish. Is the dry
That
one.
is no.
hake.
There's a fresh
Banana
one.
no hake.
There's
I've
a
never
fresh
seen
one.
the fresh one.
It's sold in Lagos. It doesn't have the head. They usually
Is it
sell it
not
without head.
hake? Is banana not hake?
I don't know the English name.
How am I supposed to
Nah,
know?
I don't
But it's
like.
what we dry.
I,
It's what is dry that ends up being stockfish now.
I
So the
like
That's
fresh
the
one
only
is
one I know
I
as
like
pala.
dry fish,
no, that's Banla,
stockfish,
the fresh
and
one.
goat meat.
Then what
Stockfish,
do they
dry
call the
fish,
dry
and goat
one?
meat.
If the fresh
I don't
one is
like
No,
dry.
it's
fresh fish.
Panla now. So when you go to market now, for example, in Lagos, you say Mufera Panla, which one, dried or fresh? They'll ask you.
Ah,
Mm.
I
me,
think banana
it
is
has
hake.
never been a fish of choice. I actually have one stockfish. If I tell you how old that stockfish is, now
Abby, that
if
has
the world
expired.
will fall apart, I can tell you one thing that will remain forever. It is stockfish. That
So,
stockfish is
but
almost
it's very
80
good
years.
with egusi and F4 and all that.
Even when
Nana,
you can make stew with it,
that
if you choose
stockfish
to.
is almost 20 years.
I bet throw
Uh,
away that thing.
um,
Throw away that
that's
thing.
no longer stockfish. That's
No,
Exactly.
it
that's
Throw
looks
away
it looks
that
that's a
perfectly
relic.
fine. No,
That's a relic.
I'm not going anywhere near it, but I'm telling you that it looks
What
perfectly
an
fine.
ancestral stockfish.
No, what I've done is I've just kept it for the day that I need to smack someone. To be
Ah,
appropriate.
how big is it?
That's museum
Is it a whole
material.
stockfish or chops of it?
You mean it's to enter the museum?
If you enter the museum, the longest surviving stockfish.
Funny enough, stockfish
Sasha, when
is
you
made in
come round,
Finland.
remind me to show you this stockfish, yeah?
I actually eat more fish. Because
Stockfish
it's
is
really
made
good.
in
Yeah,
Finland, you know. The
yeah.
stockfish originates from Finland.
Mm.
Eh, mm.
But my mum will be doing some for Easter because my mum's Catholic. So we have fried fish, on the Friday.
Oh, you eat stockfish too?
It's a
My
fried
mum,
fish.
Oh,
you know
fried
what?
fish.
Yeah, do you know what
Do you
Easter?
know I
Because
had
my
to
mum's
ask somebody what was going on at Easter? They were like, "Oh, this one." I said, "I was going." They said, "Easter." I was like, "Yeah."
yeah,
I don't
That's
get.
right.
It's not Easter yet, is it?
No, as in
No,
someone
Easter
was
is
telling me
in.
about the coming holiday. So I was like,
Oh, okay.
what's that holiday for now? The person said,
Mm.
Easter.
It's Easter. Mm.
In fact,
It's
After
Lent now
Easter, we're
because
looking forward to
so you're
May.
not observing Lent. You're not observing Lent. That's why you don't know.
Lent.
Yeah.
You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to
Yeah.
observe Lent now to.
The last time I observed Lent was maybe 15 years ago.
But you do know you cannot celebrate Easter. You cannot go and celebrate Easter if you don't do Lent.
I don't
That's not true.
celebrate anything now.
No, I'm just joking. You can't eat
Look
the
at your
food of
mouth.
those that
Yeah,
fasted.
you're trying to taunt people. Don't worry, Shebi, next week Ramadan is starting. We are going to
And when I started, no mouth again, man.
But you know the
Oh,
funny
bro.
thing, I actually have observed Ramadan with a couple of friends. Not all of
Mm.
it, a couple of days, and not
So you,
not
so you
the
don't
full 6 to 6. Yeah,
Mm.
I just do like from okay, I eat by around 1 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Are
And
you
you
the
one
try
of
day
now.
us?
they mention fast, that's the day that hunger will be sitting around in my
But it's
stomach like,
normal now.
where is food?
But
Are
you
you
get
one
used
of
to it
us
after
in
some
campus
days.
who used to like wake up with the Muslim girls to eat and then
And then
Ah.
go back do
Me
your day.
personally, I still talked about it on Instagram where I actually would go to them Bahari's house
Mm.
and go and eat salah with them.
Yeah.
Evening when they break, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just strut up to their house. I'm
That's
sure
it.
their mother will be like, "Who is this random
This.
girl that keeps
And she will
strutting?"
never send you out. You see the people of
Never,
old.
never. My plate will be full. She
That's
will
how it
pass my
is.
plate. I will eat. I will finish eating. They will pack the plate. I will say, "Thank you, Sanu Mama. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bye
And you're
bye. I'm
gone.
carrying my yash. I'm gone again. I'm coming back tomorrow."
The next day, like clockwork. Oh no.
That's
I
one of the
spent one
reasons.
summer break with you, Abby. I don't know if you remember.
Yeah, where?
Yeah, there was one too I spent with you, I remember. And
At
we
your
used to go to
auntie's
by his
house
house.
because we'll go across the road. That's by his house.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's the same place I stay.
Okay, yes, we went to stay at one of my. I don't even know who the person is to me, but I was
Yes.
supposed to go
But
and
we
be
used to go
staying there.
there.
Yeah, and there was one Catholic church opposite the house,
Somewhere
right?
I
around there.
guess so.
It
I
was
know we
actually
used to, it
called
was
Church.
walking.
It was Church Street.
Uh-huh. It
Me
was
and
a
Nana, we
walking
went
distance.
together. Maybe it's me,
Yes,
you, and
yes.
Abby. Oh.
I guess. Because it was a walking distance by his house and we're
Yes,
always going there
yes.
then.
My
Yeah,
Harriet house
for
was just
that.
at the end of the road.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
remember.
Oh, I forgot it. I remember now, but I'd forgotten
In fact,
that.
that's the first time I ate bread and custard. I never knew it goes, it could go
Oh,
together.
bread and custard. Yeah, it's a very
In
good
your
combo.
auntie's house, I think it was your cousin or so that gave me. Bread, I'm
Yeah.
like, it tastes nice. I'm like, really? I know it's nice. I was like, so you can take bread and custard.
Sasha, have you ever had bread and custard before?
no, that's something
It's just
new.
like
I've
having
had
bread
It's
and
cake.
butter
actually very
pudding.
good. You know,
Do you mean
I
like just
call those people
bread?
my cousins. I can't I don't even know how we are related. If
I'm
we
sure I
are
can't remember
Or
their names.
Niger cousin is a Niger something.
no,
Everybody
I
Anybody
know
that
that I know that they were introduced to me by my dad's cousins. So whether they're cousins of those
mm,
cousins, I don't know. But yeah, they were very accommodating for someone they didn't know because I didn't know them.
exactly.
Yeah, they're very
But
accommodating.
nice people, and they didn't mind us coming along
Yeah,
anyway.
they
I
didn't
mean, they
mind.
don't know us from
No, because
anywhere.
to be honest, the house
That's
was a
very
kind
true.
of free for all. They just had
Mm,
rooms, so just go
yeah,
occupy.
just go there, man. Occupy
Yeah.
anywhere. Just fill
Oh
up the
my
house, man.
days!
Those days,
Yeah,
life was good, man.
Life was
exactly.
good.
Not all this tribal one. I mean, this is what I was
I
talking about. I'm
mean,
Yoruba. Nana is Fulani. Yvonne is Igbo. Sasha
I'm
is
not Igbo.
Caribbean.
I'm not
we're
Igbo.
close to Igbo.
Well, yeah, Rivers. And
Yeah,
Sasha
but
is.
yeah,
This is how the
I'm
world is
Igbo by my
supposed to
mom.
be.
Yeah.
And many other people will come in who will join us who are from different places, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how the world is supposed to be.
To
And so
be.
when I'm seeing things like what's going on in Lagos where people are going, it's for Yoruba people, and I'm like, shut up. I'm originally from Lagos. I'm one of the original Lagos people, and I don't care. Let Lagos be filled with everybody. you know at the end of the day, the more bodies we have, the more people that are working, the more money that the state is making. you know, and it used to be the capital, and it's still the party capital, you know, for Nigeria. Abuja, people are going to Abuja and buying property and
Mm.
living there, and nobody is fighting over anything.
Yeah, but I need a bit of clarification. By saying Lagos, everybody can come, does it mean, is it the same thing as saying Lagos belongs to no particular tribe?
No, that's not
Okay,
that.
yeah, because I guess that's what people are arguing about. That no man, Lagos is a no man's town. It belongs to every culture. I
That's
don't agree with that.
that's
I
According
don't
to
agree with
absolute
Shehu
that.
nonsense.
Kuti,
You
according to
can't go
Shehu
to
Kuti,
Abuja and say
Lagos
Abuja
does
is a
not
no
belong to
man's
the
land.
Yorubas. That's what
Uh-huh.
Shehu
No, I
Kuti
think
said.
that's the people saying that are the people are attacking. I know some who have said that this Lagos no man's land, no tribe can claim Lagos. No, that is
Well,
no,
that's
Shehu Kuti
nonsense.
said that
Because,
as well.
but you see,
no,
if
that's
they say
wrong.
that,
That's wrong. For
but
him to
He
say
because
was
that,
saying
that's
that
wrong.
it's a Portuguese island. That's why they're because he met God
no,
Yeah,
it's
says
but
not
we
a
know who
Portuguese
owns that
island.
now. Kano was Sahara, but we know who owns Kano. No, an Igbo man will not go to Kano and say, "This is my land." Hello,
No, the
you
thing
get what I'm
is that
saying?
this is
You live in Kano all you want, but you can't say this is my land because I live there. No, you
I
can
so
live
think
there,
I think it's
but we
more like
digress.
I think the yeah, I know, but more of the thoughts is towards the fact that at one point Lagos was like the capital of Nigeria. Everybody
Uncle,
came in, sort of,
everywhere,
yeah,
everywhere
lived
in the
there, and
United
it became
States was
like
like that.
everybody's land. That's why
Every
when
land in the world
Yvonne,
was like that.
Yvonne, Abuja is now the capital.
Hmm.
Can you go to Abuja and say it's a no man's land?
we,
No,
to be fair, we can't. Unfortunately,
no, we can't.
the original indigenes of Abuja don't have a voice.
Yeah, but they are there. They are the owners of Abuja.
No, definitely, but we
Mhm.
can't.
So the same
No,
Most
way
of
it's
their
the
land
same
has been
way
taken
now. The
over.
mm,
original owners of Lagos are there. They're not dead.
are
So what
there.
you can suddenly
No,
say is no man's
Say
land.
you own
no, definitely.
Lagos. No, it's not a no
I'm
man's
not in that
land.
school of thought. What I'm saying is, I think this is where all that has emanated from, like and the way Lagos has become. It's the integration just makes it look as if it belongs to everybody or anybody or whatever.
No,
But
it
No,
can't.
really,
Lagos
their
belongs to
original
Lagosians.
indigens,
Okay,
like the
let me
Lafiadi
say this
people
very
or the
clearly. Yvonne,
Mm.
wait, let me
Isaleko
say this
people, the
clearly.
Badagry people, the Ekpe people, and all that.
Let me make it very clear. Because some people come and say it's a no man's land doesn't mean that what they said is fact. Because at the
Mhm.
Definitely,
end
it's
of
not.
the
That's what I'm
day,
saying.
wait
I'm not.
now,
Mm.
wait. I get it. I know that you're not of the extraction, but I'm just saying for anyone who's listening.
Okay.
Lagos is called Eko. Eko is a Yoruba word. The main cities, the main areas in Lagos are all Yoruba place named Yoruba places with Yoruba streets with Yoruba ancestry. So anybody can come and say, "No, it's not man that is my land." When it comes down to it, you yourself, you will go. When it's Christmas, where do you carry your load to go? Do you stay in Lagos? You go to your
No,
village.
some stay in Lagos. Some have
Okay,
nowhere to
well,
go but Lagos. Yes,
okay,
that's
but they will,
acceptable.
yeah, it's acceptable. You can stay in Lagos, but if there's something seriously happening in your family, will you say no? They must bring that body to Lagos. They
Well,
can't
some
bury
do.
it.
Some people
Some no,
just
even that some people can live all their life and die in.
yes
Like
and
I know some
remain
people
forever.
who lived all their lives and died in Kano, and they're not from Kano originally. They never even claimed to be from Kano. But it's the truth is you can't. It doesn't belong to you. Kano belongs to the Kanawa. But you live there. You can live there for as long as you are. So you're in Nigeria. Even
I mean, you
foreigners live
can
there.
actually say because, like, when you live in America and you get your papers, you say, "Oh, I'm Nigerian American," right?
Mm.
So you can say, "Oh, yes, I belong here," but
But you
to
can
say
even choose to say I'm American. Overton.
exactly. So you can
Uh,
say I'm a Lagosian, I'm from Kano, but you can't say
uh,
it's a no man's land.
yeah, exactly. That is it for me.
You can't say
That
it's
is
a
it
no
for
man's
me.
land. It still belongs to some people.
Mm-hmm.
The Native Americans, even though their voices are not being heard, still own America. It's
Yes,
their land.
yes.
At the
Everybody
end of the day,
emigrated.
they're the ones who can actually look at that soil and tell you this is the origin of the soil. Not anybody else who has come there.
You see, that's what's causing the confusion, really. That statement.
Anyways, that's not our topic today. So let's
But
move away from that. So I need to show you guys two sets of videos. So we're going into the show now. We've spent 30 minutes talking about Lagos or no Lagos. Because I was looking at the time. I'm sure you keep noticing I'm touching my nose because I just got my nose pierced and it's healing.
finally,
Finally, after how
remain
many?
Yvonne now. Yvonne, you're next.
But
You
the thing
don't
is that as
you
it's
don't follow
healing,
those people then.
wait,
You
as
don't
Yes,
follow
it's
the bad
healing,
girls.
yes.
Bad
wait now,
girls.
as it's healing, the ring keeps coming out. So I have to keep
It
putting it
will.
back.
Yes, it will.
You know, see her.
I
It
keep
will.
putting
It
So I
will.
was talking to a woman today, and I could see her eyes just like widening, and I
Mm,
just sensed that the nail was coming out. I just
mm.
quietly went and tapped it right back in.
But if you have the knot under, you could just put it.
No, they don't put nuts in the ones here.
Okay.
They don't put any nuts because if you inhale it, it goes straight into your lungs.
It won't come up from the ring now.
No, maybe after it's healed, but while they've put it in, they don't
Mm-hmm.
put anything. It just goes straight. But the bottom is sort of
No, I know. I do piercing, but sometimes you put the knot so that it doesn't go off.
no.
No, okay.
They don't put it with the knot here. They just pierce it through.
Okay.
So yeah, your girl is, and of course the healing is a bit slower for me because of my diabetes. So it's not funny, but it's interesting times. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll find the nose ring on top of my nose here.
Mm-hmm.
It has come out and sat on
Mm-hmm.
my like, who sent me message, Joe? So I've got two videos I'm going to share with you guys, and then we will delve into the topic. So the first video.
Leave my things now. Let me settle myself first now.
If you video me, if you record me,
No, I'll video you, sir. You will not tell the police that I taught you. This is what you always do.
I will call the police.
It's very
for you.
wrong of you.
Yes, I'm letting you know this.
Just
is
2
not
years,
Africa.
just 2 years that you came to Europe, you can behave like this.
Yes, it's 2
Guys,
years. I have
guys,
no
be
right.
careful of the kind of woman you marry and bring abroad.
Yes, also
Guys, be
be careful.
careful.
Of the kind of woman you marry to abroad.
No, you talk to me like this today. I trained you. I trained you to become a nurse. You are a nurse in the UK
And
today
so-
because of
and
me.
so- and
Guys,
so-
guys,
Don't
invest
worry.
in yourself. No, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to take you to court. I know it's a woman's word here in Europe, but I'm going to win.
I don't know what you're talking about. You're
Okay,
leaving
give
this
me
house.
time. Give me time.
Which
Let me.
time? No, you don't have time.
Guys,
No,
I
you don't
pay
have
my
time.
rent in this house. I pay
Yes.
the rent in this house, guys. Guys,
not my business.
honey, as I pay. Guys, be careful, honey. Don't worry, don't worry. God is going to judge you. I will live for you. I will live for you.
This is not Africa. I have to let you know this is not Africa, where you have the water yourself.
Guys,
This
you can
is
listen.
Europe. Yes.
This is a woman who came
Yes.
to the UK 2 years ago,
Don't
and she was
record me
nothing.
again. Don't record me again.
She was nothing. I trained her. She's a
You said
nurse
you were
today.
not a nurse.
Honey, you are a nurse today because of me, Abi.
Yes, it's none of my business.
I'll go.
Don't
Give me my bag. I'll go. Give me.
Get out.
Give me. No, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Take-
Don't
take-
worry.
take
Don't
the
worry.
jacket.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, you need to go out. You need to go out. You need to go out.
As well. She arranged my things at night. I didn't even know she was arranging my things. I came back from shift. I worked last night. I came back this morning just to talk to her about what we had yesterday. My things are here already. She sent it outside in my own house to sue her. She claims I beat her. She claims all because I tried to correct her. All because I correct her. When she came, she was so humble. I trained her. As well. No problem. I can't believe I've been kicked out of my own house by a woman I brought to Europe. A woman I brought to Europe, trained her, and she became a nurse, and she kicked me outside my own house. I'll go to court. I'll go to court and I'll fight for this case. It's a woman's word here. When she came, she was very humble. Look at.
Okay, so that's the first video, and then let's go into the second one.
There's one. You've got Tanisha pregnant. Is that Tanisha? You got her pregnant after using me to come over to UK for papers. I gave you the visa, and you've got somebody pregnant, telling her lies. Yeah, telling her lies. You got into UK with visa, and now you've got someone pregnant because your visa is about to expire, and you've got her pregnant. Tanisha, shame on you. Your mom is gonna be so disappointed in you. And who are you, Nicola? Are you the Nicola one? Nicola, and did he tell you that we are married? Did he tell you he came over to UK because of me? Did he tell you that? And you're pregnant for him. Do you know what goes around comes around? Do you know what goes around comes around? Do you know how much I spend to bring this fucker into this country? What does
This is the place to do it.
What's your name? Do you know what? Did he tell you he's married? You've not even divorced me yet. These are his pregnancy paper. He's not even divorced me yet. Desmond, God will punish you. Desmond, God, you know what? This baby, I feel sorry because he's going to use the baby to stay in the UK. Yeah. He's going to use the baby to stay in the UK. He used me to come back to UK, then left me and followed another woman. Left me and left another woman and got her pregnant. Desmond, what goes around comes around. God is going to punish you, Desmond, because I did everything I had to do. You are embarrassing yourself, Desmond. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, you're already part of it because you knew he was married. How did you knew he's married, and we're still married. You need to divorce me, Desmond. You need to divorce me, Desmond. Divorce me, Desmond. Divorce me. You've got her pregnant now to stay in the UK. Divorce me, Desmond. Divorce this man. Don't tell me to get out. You use me for visa to come over to UK. Yeah? He used me for visa to come to the UK, left me and went to get this lady pregnant. Went to get her pregnant.
Aha. Okay, Yvonne, did you get to hear the two videos? Because I saw your message saying that there was no audio.
Yes, I eventually did.
Okay, so I want to start with Sasha, just to make sure that, we're on the same. Sasha, did you see the videos? Hello, Sasha?
Yeah, I've seen the first one.
Oh God, no! I hate it when our internet does this. Okay, just type your answer and I'll read it out, Sasha. So, Nana, what are your thoughts?
Okay, on the first video, I said you posted it, I think, somewhere, and Yvonne said it was a skit. Now let's assume it's not a skit. Let's assume it's real. We only heard what the man is saying. We didn't ask the woman what happened. We didn't hear her side of the story. And he says because he's trying to correct her. How did he try to correct her? We don't know that part. Okay, so this is what happens. A guy, and I'm going to use Nigeria because it's easier for me to talk about. Maybe a Nigerian man has been living in, somewhere else, UK, US, and he decides he wants a humble woman, someone filled with humility, someone he could ride over, someone who could do anything to and get away free. Because the woman he has in the UK or the US knows her rights. And he knows, he can't lord himself over her. So he goes to the village back home in Nigeria and brings this wife who is supposed to be humble. She's doormat. And then she comes and she's just being the doormat she knows to be. And the next thing he decides he's going to use her as an investment. For bringing her, making arrangements for her to come to the foreign country where he is was for his own selfish purpose. He needs someone to cook. He needs someone to clean so that he doesn't have to pay for all those services. Then he also needs someone to help him generate income. So he put such a wife to school. Like he said, he put her to school to study nursing and all that. So she goes out into the world, she mixes up with people, she gets to realize that her life shouldn't end as a doormat. She gets to be aware of her rights, which she wasn't aware of before. And she gets to see, like, oh, really? I could say no to this. She becomes aware of herself. So all of those things probably are bottled up. And she's now like, see, I'm free. It's like that moment of freedom. You just realize, oh, really? I don't have to do this. Okay, I'm going to tell her I don't have to do this. And when she's in that frame of mind, that's when this person comes and wants to be the Lord, the master to his slave, the wife. And the wife now reacts. Now she knows her right. She's not even going to hit back. We don't even need to fight. I know what to do. I kick you out of the house. And that's what she did. You don't know how long she has been putting up with this guy. He brought her here, and every day I'm sure he reminds her, I brought you from Nigeria. I made you something. I took you out of penury. I brought you into. He keeps lauding it every day, every day. Nobody wants to hear that. Then the second video, it's a bit confusing for me, really. Because first she said she brought him, they're married. Then after bringing him, the visa is going to expire. If they are married, he can't go on to another marriage or another visa arrangement with somebody else if they're still married. And she said they're still married. So that's a bit confusing for me.
I can explain that bit for you.
Okay.
Okay. So, for a lot of people, because there's someone who actually gave me permission to discuss her situation.
Mm,
So when you are resident in the UK and
mm,
you go to Nigeria or to Asia or wherever to marry a partner, they give that person a visa, a spousal visa,
mm,
right? Now
mm,
that spousal visa is for a limited period of time. I think it's for about 2 years.
mm,
And then that is basically to see, okay, you've gone to go and marry this person. Is this marriage going to last, endure, whatever? Now,
mm,
depending on the kind of person you marry, if it's someone who has basically just used you to be able to enter into the country
mm.
and married you, so what the person would then do, I'm sorry, I'm just saying a quick message I want to pick up. Just want to check. Sasha said, my internet's not working properly again. Seen the first video, but not the second. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll play it again. So I hope that I'll be able to show you. But don't worry, Sasha. You just hang in there. It's fine. So, if the person, whoever it is, whether male or female,
Mhm,
married not for love, but I want to get a visa, and then
mm,
they see that they really can't tolerate the person that married them, they don't want
mm,
people around them. So what they
mm,
start to do is they start to look for an exit plan. Now, for most men, what their exit plan is to meet another woman who is British and get the person pregnant, because now that person will say, I can't raise my child without the father. And I didn't meet the father in outside of the UK. I met the father in the UK. So I need the father to stay. So even if the partner that originally brought the man in says, I'm no longer interested in this marriage, I want you to deport this person, if they've gotten someone else pregnant, that person can use that pregnancy to get them to stay.
okay. So even if this pregnancy happened, this affair happened while the marriage was still valid,
Yeah,
intact.
because as far as they're concerned, the child has got nothing to do with the affair.
Okay, that's how it works in the UK.
Yeah, so that
It won't
child,
work in the US.
that child still needs a father. That child,
Mm-hmm.
if the mother of the child is saying, I need the father to be
Mm-hmm.
here, and he is saying, that's my child, I want to be there for my child, then as long as he's able to work and they can fulfill all the criteria. Because what happened with my friend, she went to Nigeria, met this man, they were introduced, and he was like, he really wants to get married. They got
Mm-hmm.
introduced, they were talking, said all the right things, he's in love. In fact, I didn't know until she had gone there to go and marry him before I got to know of him. And I spoke to him on the phone. I said, Mr. Man, look, my friend's been through hell and back because this was her second marriage. And I said, look, please, if you don't love this woman, leave her alone. And he was like, I love her with my heart, my soul, my being. If I don't marry this woman, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. Said all the right things. The marriage happened. She filed for all the paperwork. And then he came over roughly about a year after. And everyone was excited for them and all of that. And this guy started fighting against paying rent, and would just sit and be drinking. She got him a job, got him everything, just contribute towards rent. Voila, guy now started serious fights. And you know how in America, when a man takes a gun and puts it in front of a woman, just puts a loaded gun on the table. It doesn't even have to be loaded, just puts a gun on the table in front of a woman. You're psychologically telling that woman that try any nonsense, I will kill you. And for this guy, he went back to Nigeria and came back with charms, with voodoo stuff, and put it in their house. So of course that terrified her, and she's like, whoa, all because you don't want to parent. And basically turned her community of friends and everybody that he could turn with his sweet words and everything. The guy has a way with words. And people started turning against her, and all that stuff. And she was eventually able to inform the Home Office, I'm no longer interested in this marriage. This guy is abusive in several ways. I want this guy out of my life and out of the country. I brought him in. I want him out. And it seemed like everything was done deal. This guy has a criminal record already and all of that. Done deal. They sent him a letter. Your visa is no longer renewed. So take your things, get out of the country, and all of that. And that was the agreement that they told my friend, that the man had been served a deportation, whatever, to get
Notice.
out of the country and all of that. Only for her to reach me, was it 3 days ago, and say, you won't believe it. The police went to just follow up with the Home Office. So those of you who are listening, who keep blaming immigrants and say, hey, you're here taking a, blame your government. Your government sometimes. So the police went to the Home Office to just follow up and make sure that everything is like, oh, just to follow up. The guy has not left the country because the time that you gave him has exceeded and everything. I was like, oh, no, he's not. Yeah, he presented papers and they've given him a work visa.
Where do you get the papers?
Me, I don't know. But
Okay.
I don't understand how someone that you've already said you were going to deport, you've served him deportation papers, you saw his criminal record, you saw everything, and you now gave him work visa to stay.
What
Then
country is it?
in this UK.
UK, okay.
In the UK, I saw some of the court proceeding stuff, all of that. This guy is still in the country now on a work visa.
Yeah.
So, and when he now tells another guy back in Nigeria what he's done,
That is the way
and say,
to
I
go.
got away with it, then another one too will be like, let me just wait for one woman that they will introduce to me, so that means I can pull the same thing. So
Yeah.
even sometimes the system is like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me? Marriage will not reach 1 year, and you're actually giving the guy a work visa. What job is he doing that is so important that he has to stay? He can't go back to his home country
True.
because he lied to somebody. It's recorded. It is recorded that he lied. He actually told her, I lied. I only wanted to come here. That's why I told you I loved you.
Well, there are people like that, but again, they are the good ones. It's not every situation like that ends up negative. Some people come with their brides or their husband grooms, and they live a good life.
Oh
I've
no,
seen
I'm just
cases like that.
explaining. You know,
No,
you
no,
said
I get, no, I
right.
understand what you meant. I'm just saying generally, it's not always the case.
Oh, of
But
course, it's not always the case, but
there's that, no, actually, I would think there are higher percentages of things working out than things not working out.
Okay, maybe we
From
hear more about the ones that don't work out.
mm, exactly, there are more. This, but I know a
One
lot
other
of
thing I
ones
want
that
to
worked
point
out.
out,
Mm,
because the woman in the second video, the woman is saying, "You married me, and then you went and got someone pregnant." If
mm.
I were to wager, the woman he married, the woman filming, is an older woman and most
Oh,
likely can't
okay.
get pregnant.
Oh, okay,
So,
that could be it.
because if she could get pregnant, he would have gotten her pregnant so that then he can use the child
It's
to stay.
yes,
I
yes.
suspect that is a case that she's an older woman, but who wanted a
Or
man.
maybe he just doesn't like her anymore,
No,
and he found someone else.
that is true. Most of the time, when they marry these women, they don't like them. All they are seeing
Mm,
is opportunity to travel and go and claim, you know,
yeah.
um, you know, claim, because some people, in some cases, the women, like what the man is saying, and I'm not on either side. I'm just stating the
Mm,
facts of things. On the first video, he said, um, um, he said she claims I beat her.
bitter.
She claims I abuse her. And I've actually seen videos where the woman she's the one jumping on the floor, screaming by herself. The man is just
Mm,
standing filming, and she's
mm-hmm.
on the phone to the police saying, "He's about to kill me. He's strangling my neck," and there's nobody
Mm.
near her, and she's making
So,
all these claims. There was even one video that came out like a couple of years ago where the woman was telling the police, he's just trying to strangle me. He's kicking me. And the woman's 6-year-old son was in the room, and he actually shouted down the phone, "Mommy, stop lying."
yeah, I saw that one too.
So you can imagine. So it happens where some people
Mm.
will actually make false claims
Yeah,
against
it
their
happens. It
spouse,
happens,
just so
really.
that they can be able to say, I'm afraid for my life, protect me, save me. So kick this
Yeah.
person out of their house so that I
Mm-hmm.
can now take over and be protected.
Yes,
You
it
know,
happens truly. I've seen a woman. I know of a case of a woman who actually cut herself to show the guy hit her, and it was her that took a knife and
yeah,
cutting
but
herself,
science
bloodied.
can prove now. One thing about watching all these science programs, it can prove if you actually self-inflict a wound or someone,
Mm.
because the angles are
But the
different.
first thing that the police would do is arrest the guy first.
Of course, they don't
Arrest
even
the
need
guy,
to.
and then all other things can be added later, depending on how your lawyer can argue your case. And that's it. But the guy, what she wanted at that moment was for the guy to be locked up, and she achieved it. So it could be any which way. It could be a lie. It could be the truth. It could be the guy wasn't treating her right. It could be she just wants to be free. Maybe she found someone else. It could be any which way. That's the risk to bear in mind, that it could be this way or that. But at the end of the day, life is all about a risk. You could be with a woman in the country where you are, and then things could still go that way. You could
Yeah,
bring someone from your hometown, home country, and things will still go that way. So I think it's a risk. It's neither here or there. I would not say that should discourage people from going home to bring spouses. No, I wouldn't say that. But just know, like, this could happen. And if there are any measures you could take, like putting camera in the house, CCTV, and having a positive mind that it's not going to happen, yes. But it's neither here or there, really.
you're. Oh, sorry. You're right to some extent. I've become a bit of a cynic because of the many cases that I have seen, that I've
Mm.
actually seen, that will been party to, where I'm like, how quickly can I get out of this house, please? I do not want to know
Mm.
about this. I don't want my name brought up. I don't want to even be associated. Oh, we've got someone. Simi, please, can you put on your camera? Because I need to see the face of the person we're adding on. So please, can you put on your camera? Because I can see Simi coming up here. So, or send me a message if you're on the forum. Send me a message. Please, thank you. For me, because of the amount of people and situations I've seen, it's made me quite cynical about this kind of international partnership situation, because in at least I'm trying to count how many cases and then count in at least 97% of the cases. Now I'm talking on my own that I know.
Mm.
They all had partners here in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Eh? This person, they're dating the person, they're in a serious relationship with this person. And then they say, oh, I need to quickly nip to the motherland for a quick visit. They called me. My mother is not well. My father's broken his leg. My uncle has lost a toe. One thing or the other, they end up
Mm.
packing their bags. Oh, I'll be back later, babes. See you, blah, blah. They go. Some go, at least in two separate cases, they went, came back, was sorting out the whole paperwork of the new wife,
Mm-hmm.
but they came back home to their partner, but then started looking for every reason why, oh, the relationship is not working anymore. I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
One succeeded in breaking off the relationship before the wife arrived, but then the other one was married to a really lovely woman. It was difficult to rope anything around the woman's neck because she was just really, really lovely. She was like supportive. He would come home grumpy. She's the one going, hey babe, what's wrong? I made your favorite food. So you're trying to stir someone into, you're trying to provoke someone into a fight. And instead,
Mm.
they just keep meeting you with support and love and everything. You say something and they'll be like, oh baby, that wasn't nice, but I know you're stressed, it's okay. So the guy kept trying and trying until when it was like a couple of days for this woman to arrive, it was like, okay, look, let me just be honest. When I went home, I got married, my wife is coming, and she cannot meet you in this house, you have to pack your things and go. And that was the way he broke it to her that she
Oh,
had to leave. And some would just take off, disappear, and you won't see them again. So all kinds
I
of
get your point. But what I'm trying to figure out is what are the reasons they give for not marrying the person they're in relationships with?
too Western.
Okay.
The person
So
is
they
too
don't see, they
Western.
never saw the person as someone they could marry anyway.
No, because again, they want to go home and get
Yeah,
a
so
Joe
that was it. They
style.
never saw that girl,
A
or
means
he,
to an
and let me
end.
talk one person. He never saw that girl as someone he could marry.
No, it's
No,
just a means to
because
an end.
there are some cases where they will marry
Yes.
these women
Uh,
here. So they come maybe on student visa, work visa,
I
whatever kind of
understand.
visa. Then
Mm,
they realize, this visa is ticking on one time.
mm,
Then they get
mm.
involved with the girl. They now get into into a relationship with the girl.
Is it a
Or
marriage?
it could be a marriage, it could be a
Okay.
relationship, it could
A
be just
sham.
having children, it could be
Sham
Mm,
marriage.
anything. Because
mm,
the thing is that even in this country, if you've stayed with someone for a certain period of time, you are
mm.
considered married. You have common
Ah.
law. Yeah. So it doesn't
And
really
UK is the
matter
place
what
to go. So many things are flexible there.
yeah, it doesn't really matter what name you want, whether you want to go and get a certificate or you don't want to get a certificate.
Mm,
You will still be covered under the same laws as a married person. So you still
mm.
be able to inherit, to be able to do all that.
Okay.
So then the guy now realizes that this is a woman who knows her rights. He can't tell her sit down there, or
Okay, so he wants to marry someone who doesn't know her right.
he wants to marry somebody that he can come home and she's like, oh, I made rice, and he'd be like, no, I want pounded yam, and she'd be
He
like, okay,
wanted someone he could lord over. And
yeah,
he
most
got
of
it.
the time,
And got
our
more.
men now, not our men, this whole thing of respect and custom and
Mm.
our culture, and like they'll be like, oh, she went out with her friends to the pub. What's she going to the pub to go and do? She wants to go
Yeah, so
and
is in that situation, it's the guy's fault. He brought everything upon himself.
I wouldn't say I don't know.
because he had a good thing going, but he felt it wasn't good enough. So he felt he could get someone who could give him better, and he brought the person
Or
and
it could even
everything.
be a case of maybe his mom comes to visit, and the girl is not a girl that was brought up where she's kneeling down and all that stuff. So
Mm,
she extends her hand. Although some of them they will actually ask, "How do I greet your mom?" And she
mm-hmm,
will kneel down. Some will be like, "Okay, that's weird. Okay, I'll do it the
mm,
first time, but I'm not doing it every time." That kind of thing.
mm,
Some women will be like, "Oh, happily kneel." And if
mm,
the mother now comes and the mom goes, "Eh, you want to go marry this one child, whatever they want to call them,
mm,
or whatever,
mm,
or this one is lost, this one
mm-hmm,
doesn't know the way home, and that kind of stuff. This guy's not
mm.
good enough to be my daughter-in-law. You have to come back home and come and marry a proper woman. Then they'll now find one to quick a package her and say, okay, this is the proper woman.
But he had the right to say no, and he chose not to.
Well, of course, he wants to satisfy.
And that's the one to point
Because
out. That it's not
remember,
he's satisfying himself, not his mother.
a lot of these guys are mommy's boys now.
But he could have said, I'm sure he has said no to his mom different times. So why didn't he say no on this issue?
Nana,
He's
I'm
the
not
one going to marry the
you
wife.
after ya.
No, I'm just saying I don't see that as, I can't accept that as a reason. You understand?
Anyways,
He
he will
he
use
went.
the mom as an excuse and say, this is why I accepted, and I went ahead and married the girl that my mom wanted me to marry because my
Mm,
mom said she's the one that she wants.
mm,
And then the girl too, of course, my brother, this one all nice and demure. And then when the girl comes, because sometimes these girls have, again, at the end of the day, some woman comes and says, "Oh, my son is abroad," and the girl is like, why not? And then they bring the son, and on a good day, if you were going to pick a man by yourself, it is not that son that you pick, but you want
mm,
to travel out, you want to join the Japa community.
mm-hmm,
So you'll be like, sure, oh yes. And maybe he has stinky breath because again, some of these guys they just think that having a British passport is all they need.
it's
Don't need
all
to
that's
do anything
necessary.
again. So the guy's
Yeah.
mouth is smelling. He has no dress sense. He has body odor. He's uncultured. He talks anyhow. He's rude. All kinds of so the guy will just be like,
Mm,
Shebi, let me just manage and just get to that abroad. And as soon as she gets there, most of the time, especially in countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, they already know people here. So all they need to
mm,
do is pick up the phone, call and say, my friend, I'm not here. Oh, what happened? One money Miss Road came to Nigeria and said he was looking for a wife. They arranged, I'm here, Sha.
mm,
So yeah, find a way, exit plan for me. And
mm.
they work these things out, and next thing, exit plan has happened. Meanwhile, the girl that he was dating, that it was a case of me and you saw each other with your bad breath, with your whatever. I liked you like that, and I took you on. He has already abandoned that one. So then you now start hearing, the wife died trained. Sorry, you have plenty money now.
He
And
cost it upon himself. We can't pity such a
why did you
person. At
train
least
yourself?
not me.
Why did you train yourself to be a nurse? Why are you training somebody?
Exactly. So that you'll be collecting the salary now.
Your
So that
friend that is
she'll be
student
paying him the salary. That's it. That's
is
what happened. We had so many cases of that in the US. The men would train their wives to be nurses because nurses earn a lot. And then they'll be, collecting the salary. Like every time the account, the salary is being paid to is the man's account and tells you, I sponsored you, I made you. And at a point, like, come, I'm doing a 12-hour shift and I'm not getting my money. Man, yeah, let's go to court.
I
So
think
that's it.
in UK, unless unless there's an express reason why, most companies will not pay someone's salary into another person's, even if
Joint
it's
account, uncle.
okay, unless it's joint account.
They will always bring it up as joint account, but who has access to the account, really? To the funds? They won't make it so obvious like that now, but then that's what they do. We've got cases. We had so many cases in the
I
US
know
like
in
that.
America there was a time where there was just a
Oh, I tell you,
where men were just killing their wives.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Because they found out the wives and they felt, okay, see, I can't live without the stipend, the money, big money, sorry, not stipend, and this woman is bringing. And most of them go home, have other wives in Nigeria. This wife is the cash cow in the US, and they go to Nigeria and they marry the good, homely wife and keep her there. So frequently you see this man traveling back and forth, US, Nigeria, because he has that wife in Nigeria that he's servicing. Then this one here, she just give me the cash. I'll go home, build a
So I
house.
was walking.
It's sad. It's really sad. But this
Ah,
is what happens. So it's both ways, actually. I think women too, is women, some women to use that, as you said, just come, use the opportunity to come. I don't care what it is. Let me just cross over and then I'll find my way when I get there. So it's both ways, really. It's both ways. Everybody is guilty. I won't say it's men only. I
yes,
won't say
and
it's women
that's
only.
why I said I wanted to have two videos so that it could be
Mm,
balanced. So that it
yeah, but
doesn't look
it's
like
it's,
we're
it's the
bashing one
case.
end and leaving the other
Mhm.
end,
But
innocent.
but there's this saying. I'm going to say in Yoruba, then translate it. Eshin onoro and your location loro. The horse on its own has no bitterness, has no wickedness. It's
Yes.
human beings that made it wicked. So probably this person came in all innocence. And then when you keep constantly tell that person, I brought you here, I made you, I took you out of enough is enough. It gets to a point that the person is tired of hearing that. Let me move on. Really, that's what happens. When you keep hammering the same thing, the person wants to break free. So when the person breaks free now, it's not the person's fault. So it's both male and female.
Yeah, you're
Like that
very.
lady in the second video, remember she kept hammering, I brought you to this country, I spent money, I did that, I did that.
But Nana, I get that, and I agree with you. If someone moves and you're like, oh, you're moving. Remember, I made you. The person breathes. Oh, you're breathing. Remember, I'm the one who made. That can irritate someone. That can make someone like, you know what? Enough is enough. But
Mm-hmm.
in some cases, like the woman, Professor, welcome, sir.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
Good
evening.
evening, Prof.
It's so nice to have you on. Let me just quickly make this point, and then I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, sir. But this is the thing, Nana. If you, in some cases, Yvonne, I don't know where Yvonne went. I've been expecting her to join in, but it's good that Prof is here. Um,
Mm.
in
What are you
some
talking about?
cases, the reason why you find someone going, I brought you, is out of pain. You bring somebody, because you honestly genuinely thought they loved you, that they wanted to be with you. Then the person looks you over eyeball to eyeball and says, I didn't like you. It's because, well, you're an old woman, I'm a young man, you wanted partner, me, I want to jackpot, and then I've jackpot and you're expecting me to be paying rent. Are you mad? I'm doing you a favor. So the guy now goes and sees Susan down the street and start following Susan, and next thing he's trotting up around the place, and everything. And do you know the kind of money it takes to bring somebody from Africa into this country? It's not small money. It's not
I
beans.
know.
And then the person will now just treat you as if you are nothing, like a fool, and be straight up. You won't even know when you'll be like, I brought you. And this
Babe,
is
who
the
sent you? Who sent you is my response. Who sent you? I beg you.
my dear, look,
It goes both ways.
may we
Oh.
not be in a place where we are
Let's
Eh.
be
so
balanced.
So,
lonely.
but when you keep saying this, I brought you, I brought you. Really, you had a choice. It was a choice. Nobody forced you to
Nana
do
is
it.
easy to say. Lonely,
It,
let me tell you, in the UK, loneliness is the biggest killer. It's not
God
disease.
bless you. I'm happy you said that because when I said it from the beginning, I said whoever brings someone from another country into where the person he is living, he's doing it for his own selfish interest. You want to kill loneliness, you brought that person. You want to get another source of income, you brought that person. The person is your investment. You want to stop paying for cleaning every week, you brought that person. You want to stop buying food outside, you brought that person. So it's for your
But
own
not every
interest.
relationship is based on selfish interests. Even the one
But
that
that's what I'm saying now. That's what
but
I'm saying.
what I'm saying is when you, okay, fine.
Mhm,
My selfish interest is I don't want to be lonely anymore.
mhm.
Meanwhile, your own selfish interest is I want to jackpot and go and live a life of Riley. But
That's risk
instead, wait,
now. That's the risk in life.
instead you tell me, me too, I'm lonely. I don't want to be lonely anymore. So let two lonely hearts come together. So in my own mind now, I'm spending money to bring a fellow lonely heart to come and be with me so that both of us will no longer be lonely. Then 3 months after you land, you now tell me, Madam, wait to concern me and your loneliness. I only wanted to jackpot or have jackpot. Who sent you to go? There's no how. As a human being, you'll be
No,
like,
it's painful. No, nobody says it's not painful. But that's part of risk. It could have happened. It could happen. It has happened before you brought that person into the country. It has happened to someone you know.
Anna, you can't be telling somebody who sent you.
No, you're not getting. I'm just saying it between me and you. Not if I'm going to tell the person to our face if something happens like that. It's just between me and you now, we know. But like that person, if I was to bring someone into the country right now, I've heard stories. I've heard stories like this. You understand? So there's that possibility that it could happen. I'll have that at the back of my mind. But I'll still go ahead and bring this person.
I'll be honest with you, they will bring someone into this country. Just so that they miss chance on me.
No. I will. You see me by night, flogging you. Flogging.
Thank you. That is a good friend. Like, are you mad?
Are you crazy?
Let's not forget that it goes both ways, right? It goes it goes both ways. So women use the men to jackpot as well.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
In fact, sometimes even make them lose some of so those of them that maybe like stores or something, they could lose their license because they would label or like keep false accusations on these men, just because they want to force. Maybe actually he wasn't even my type. I just did it to cut him. See, I can't even stand him, and I've seen cases, and I've seen cases. I've seen a case where it was terrible, and it was really a very bad situation with the lady, the way she was behaving. Well, fortunately,
yes. Is it that woman that put her husband in prison?
No, not that one.
Oh, okay. There was one where she actually, after a year, after a year of arriving, the woman was like, I beg, I want to live my life. I did not plan to come and be anybody's wife. I only wanted to japa. I want to hit the clubs and everything. And this one is trying to be a husband. Who has time for husband? And she lied against the guy. It was blatant lie. It took the guy years. He spent about a year and a half in prison before he could clear his name. And by that time, the woman had jackpot from here to, was it Germany or Canada or something like that.
That's how it is.
She just used him as a stepping stone to where she was going, and lied and she destroyed his life to a certain extent because his credit rating went down. And credit rating, you can't just get that one back. They can't give it back to you. Don't enter bush with that. Stole his money, ruined his reputation. He lost his job, ended up in prison. Just because, she wants to jackpot and her response to the whole thing was, shit happens.
Yeah, so it's both ways. It's both
ways. So, Prof, welcome, sir. Please join us. Did you see the video?
No, I missed the video. I was actually
okay. Let me play the videos again. I will have.
Okay, because Sasha needed to see the second one. Anyway.
Sasha needs to see. So I'm gonna play the videos again. So and anyone who's watching and wants to drop a comment, please by all means do that. So let me just go back in and then. So there are two videos. I'm playing the first one now.
Leave my things now. Let me settle myself first now.
If you video me, if you record me,
no, I'll video you, sir. You will not tell the police that I taught you. This is what you always do.
I will call the police.
It's very wrong of you.
Yes, I'm letting you know this.
Just 2 years, just 2 years that you came to Europe, you can behave like this.
Yes, it's 2
guys,
years.
Guys, be careful of the kind of woman you marry and bring abroad.
Yes, also
guys, be careful. No, you talk to me like this today. I trained you. I trained you to become a nurse. You are a nurse in the UK today because of me. Guys, invest in yourself. No, I'm going to make a video. I'm going to take you to court. I know it's a woman's word here in Europe, but I'm going to win.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, give me time. Give me time. Let me.
No, we don't have time.
Guys, I pay my rent in this house. I pay the rent in this house, guys. Honey, as I pay. Guys, be careful. Honey, don't worry. Don't worry. God is going to judge you. I will live for you. I will live for you.
This is not Africa. I have to let you know this is not Africa, where you have the water yourself.
Guys, you can listen. Yes. This is a woman who came to the UK 2 years ago, and she was nothing.
Don't record me again.
She was nothing. I trained her. She's a nurse today. Honey, you are a nurse today because of me, Abby.
Yes, it's none of my
I'll go. I'll go. Give me my bag. I'll go. Give me. Give me. No, no. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. It's okay.
No, you need to go out. You need to go out. You need to go out.
As well. She arranged my things at night. I didn't even know she was arranging my things. I came back from shift. I worked last night. I came back this morning just to talk to her about what we had yesterday. My things are here already. She sent it outside in my own house to sue her. She claims I beat her. She claims all because I tried to correct her. All because I correct her. When she came, she was so humble. I trained her. As well. I can't believe I've been kicked out of my own house by a woman I brought to Europe. A woman I brought to Europe, trained her, and she became a nurse, and she kicked me outside my own house. I'll go to court. I'll go to court and I'll fight for this case. It's a woman's word here. When she came, she was very humble. Look at.
Okay, and then this is the...
There's one. You've got Tanisha pregnant. Is that Tanisha? You got her pregnant after using me to come over to UK for papers. I gave you the visa and you've got somebody pregnant telling her lies. Yeah, telling her lies. You got into UK with visa and now you've got someone pregnant because your visa is about to expire and you've got her pregnant. Tanisha, shame on you. Your mom is going to be so disappointed in you. And who are you? Nicola? Are you the Nicola one? Nicola. And did he tell you that we are married? Did he tell you he came over to UK because of me? Did he tell you that? And you're pregnant for him. Do you know what goes around comes around? Do you know what goes around comes around? Do you know how much I spend to bring this fucker into this country? What there's What's your name? Do you know what? Did he tell you he's married? You've not even divorced me yet. These are his pregnancy paper. He's not even divorced me yet. Desmond, God will punish you. Desmond, God, you know what? This baby, I feel sorry because he's going to use the baby to stay in the UK. Yeah. He's going to use the baby to stay in the UK. He used me to come back to UK, then left me and followed another woman. Left me and left another woman and got her pregnant. Desmond, what goes around comes around. God is going to punish you, Desmond, because I did everything I had to do. You are embarrassing yourself, Desmond. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah, you're already...
Okay. Where did Prof go? Prof don't go. Oh, Prof, please come back. Okay, hey, he's back. Hello, sir. So did you see enough of the videos?
Yeah, I saw the first one, which I have seen before. I couldn't see the second one. I guess my network went off.
Oh.
Yes.
You couldn't.
Well,
okay. Let me play the second one. Let me play the second one again.
Okay, I'm sure I've seen it before, but let me look at it.
There's one. You've got Tanisha pregnant. Is that Tanisha? You got her pregnant after using me to come over to UK for papers. I gave you the visa and you've got somebody pregnant telling her lies. Yeah, telling her lies. You got into UK with visa.
Okay.
Yeah, before where the girl was pregnant. Yep. Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? Because we are talking about this whole international partner situation, and the reason why I did the two videos is to show that it's not purely one gender to the other. It works both ways.
You know, I have a different view of many of these things. Someone took you there, and then, or took someone there, and then the other person, like you said, becomes lonely most times, brings in probably now another person, most likely somebody who probably thinks he can have a relationship with or had a relationship with before, and then suddenly decides that, look, the other person who came in decides I can express myself better after some time. So I look at it from a point of view of tolerance. If one does not tolerate the other person, then the person moves on. But when we look at many of these videos, it doesn't look many of these situations, which are true life situations, not many of them end up as bad as these two videos show. Okay, some of them end up with like good relationships at the end of the day, or progress as it is. But nobody should. The positive way I look at it is that nobody should be somebody's um, maybe controller. I'll use the word controller because I've just been on another site and we're talking about control. So it's just to benefit people. Sometimes at the end of the day, the unfortunate person becomes the person who can be beneficial. At the end of the day, and it's all tolerance. Two people cannot, two people cannot probably stay together. The way most of the relationships are in the UK and other places. You don't have too many places to go to. You just go to work, come back home, and you find out that you have to sit down with this person to try and tolerate the person, and then suddenly just realize that this person is a pest now, or I'm at work, I can do other things as well. So um, I look at it like sometimes it can be beneficial. Not all the time is it that look, the other person is trying to ride on me, and then at the end of the day, I want to leave and all that. And it's this that's the way I look at it. Let me just stay leave it like that. Thank you very much.
Okay, Prof. There's a real life case. The person is giving me permission to share. Now, this is my friend, right? And she went to Nigeria to get married to a guy that she had been introduced to. And this guy swore back and front, up and down, he was in love with my friend because I actually sat with him on the phone. I told my friend to excuse us. And I said, look, my guy, if you only want papers, let me know. Eh? We can work it out. But this, my friend, really, really wants someone to love her and that she can love. That's what she's after. Is that what you're offering her? And he swore black and blue. Ah, I'm in love with your friend. She means the world to me. Da, 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 da. Okay, they did the marriage in Nigeria, everything. The guy flew into the country roughly almost a year after the wedding and all of that. Less than a year, guy was telling her, I only married you to because I was feeling sorry for you. I didn't marry you for anything. And what started the whole problem? Ah, okay, you've been in the house how many months? It's money that runs the house. So at least you have a job now. Start bringing something towards the house rent, and even if it's just house rent, the food and the electricity we can deal with, but at least be contributing something. Why should I be paying? Aren't I doing you a favor? I'm doing you a favor by being here. I don't I shouldn't be paying anything. And meanwhile, because they're saying, okay, oh, let's she's paying all the bills. He's using his own money that he's earning to be flying out of the country, going back home, doing whatever project he wants to do, blah blah. Then guy comes back from one of his visits home with voodoo and puts it all over the house, which in a way is technically like putting a loaded gun in front of a woman and saying, oh yeah, let me see how you behave. So at some point, she actually had to leave, like it was bad. It was really, really bad. And the most annoying part of it all is the home office actually tells the guy, we're deporting you. By this time, your visa no longer ceases, you need to go. And by magic, he presented some papers because men like that are slick. They'll find another woman who will be ready to hand over everything that they are looking for. And now the police was actually, because the guy has a police record. So the police went to check with the home office that hope this guy is gone. Only for home office to tell the police, no, we gave him a work visa. And things like that, you just have to swallow your losses, lick your wounds, and keep it moving. So these are some of the real like cases. There's another one where hey, he threw out his girlfriend in this boating. And if you're watching this show, yes, I'm talking about you. And you know you're safe. If you are watching, if you are not, if you know who I'm watching, who I'm talking about, please go and call him. Let's come and watch it. Yes, I'm talking about him. Kicked out his girlfriend that he was living with. That everything was okay. Oh. Kicked her out. Went to go and carry wife from his local Ghana. Yes, so that they'll be able to be pointed very well. Went to Ghana, went to pick up the wife from Ghana, brought her everything. Maybe he's now got a house, yeah, because he lost his house, lost his job, lost everything. The woman dealt with him good. And I had no sympathy for him because the way he dealt with his girlfriend that he had been with for about 5 years in this country before he went back to Ghana to go and pick up the wife. Ah, you like, na man do woman like this. He finished her. So these things happen. And you just wonder what do people why do people do these things? Yvonne, are you there? Because you not talk since.
No, I've been when I'm trying to talk because you guys are constantly talking. I have to be quiet. I
Ah,
can't wait
sorry.
to
I
each other.
called your name, you didn't answer because Nana
Oh,
speak.
I did, but because you guys were like really in the conversation, that's okay.
Oh, I am
I
so
can't,
sorry.
I
Ah,
can't be. Make I dey listen. They go.
I've shut up. Cardinal sin. Forgive me. Ah,
No, not at all.
take
No,
over,
I'm
take over.
enjoying
Yeah.
your opinion. No, not at all.
Oh yeah, talk,
Um,
talk, 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 my sister.
really, the thing is, a lot of times I think the expectations that people set on each other, especially when it comes to this Japa, is you just think it takes you have to if you've never really if you're dependent on somebody else to to make a living and you have never really worked for yourself or you've never really earned or you don't know what it is like to hustle back from whatever country, it could be Nigeria, it could be Ghana, it could be anywhere, and then you come over here and expect to just have it easy. That's when you see that if it's not going your way, there's every possibility that you would fight. Um, you would have situations like this, and also you have to have principles. What you are you when you say you want to get married to somebody, are you getting married to this person because of what you will get out of it, or because you genuinely love that person? So I think it plays it plays a lot the kind of scenarios that we tend to find. So it was at one point it was very difficult for people to really define if people that are getting married to them, especially for those that are going back home to get married, if it was genuine or not. I'm a beneficiary of my spouse bringing me here,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
yeah, so me coming here, UK was not even my top. It
My
was
dear,
not on.
you say if you don't do like 15 years, oh, almost
No,
like.
oh my God, wait, no, not up to 15 years yet. To hey, God, I beg,
But
God,
you don't nearly reach now.
it's 13. So
Really?
yes, it's 13 this year.
It means I've
I
been here like 7 years before you came then.
yes, I have to.
Uh-uh,
So,
my dear.
but UK was not my top priority, but because I really wanted to. Nana is here; she will tell you. I personally wanted my husband to come back home because I had a very good job back home. Um, so when I came, I was determined to work, and I was determined to make sure that my marriage works, and I was determined to make sure that I support my husband. So that's why I'm still here. I'm still married. I'm still in my, you go through the rigors, but it's normal thing for marriages to go through, whatever they have to go through. But it's just being determined to remain in your marriage one and just be focused on why in the first place you said I do to that person. So this is my story, but not everybody's story will be like mine. I have a few friends that we tend to we have the same sort of story, but you still see in the same situation where people who have migrated, and come like I have come, and they just come in, and once everything just settles for them, they're not interested anymore. They want to live their life. Maybe they've sat down, they've tolerated a lot of things that they think that I'm just waiting. Let me patiently wait through and get my passport. The day they get their pali, yeah, that's the day they're packing their load and they're walking away. So my advice from my own side is, if those are your intentions, please just know that, especially if one person is committed, you're hurting somebody. And if you've got a child from that relationship, know that you have literally, that it remains that this was why you came in, you got this child, you got your papers, and walked out of that relationship. That is a testament of the kind of person that you are. So I'm not saying stay in abusive relationship, because some people will come into this. You bring somebody from home and you want to oppress that person. You know, it does happen. You oppress when it comes to case of oppression, and nothing the person does. You constantly look down on the person. You're so local. Look at how you're even eating. I'm not going to take you out. You know, those sort of things. There are people that do have this sort of situation. I wouldn't stand for abuse. If you find yourself in that situation, I mean, just find your way out. If that's even for me, if for some people I know that they will say, I don't mind going back to my country. I'd rather go back and suffer than to remain in this. I mean, that show it that that's not the reason why you're not there. If it means you going back, but some will say, no, I have worked hard to take all this. Let me stay and reap the fruit of my labor. I will tolerate. I'm not going to encourage you to stay in an abusive situation, but I would say that it's giving us very bad image. It's giving Africans, or whichever country you're from, it's giving us very, very bad image. And people are knowing slowly, slowly. One day you will see that they will stop giving, spousal visas. And if they will, they will give you terms where you have to live together for certain number. They can just start doing spot checks on families. Let's not, abuse that, this opportunity for those that are using that as means of jackpot. Let's not abuse it. Let's be very careful. And don't forget that when you do to people that are locals or indigens, one day they might turn against you, report you to the law. You'll get served. You see that some people are waiting to be deported, and that's one of the reasons why they're waiting to be deported, is because of this sort of thing. So know that there are angles to these things. So we have to be very careful. We have to, and
Yeah.
really, just there's nothing really in this place that we're in. It's just unfortunately that most of our countries are not working. There's really nothing. For me, Japa was not on the books or the table. But I push. When Nana is there, she will tell you, I try to see if Oga will stay in Nigeria. Because for me, it was better. I know what can start from bottom, but we're here.
Okay, Sasha says, great topic, very interesting discussion, but I have to leave now and ring my mom. Thanks for the invite, Abby. Thank you very much, Sasha. Thank you for your patience. I don't know why your internet does this. We have to have a conversation with your internet. It can't be doing this to us. So thank you so much. I don't know whether Prof is coming back. Yes, Ivy, thank you very much for that. Honestly, it's in fact, I completely forgot that. Yes, you are actually an international partner. Your husband brought you, and I mean, 13 years in marriage is no joke, and still going strong. So we thank God for His mercies. You know, and talking about that, it reminds me. Oh God, where's Nana? I hope Nana hears this. It reminds me also of what a conversation I was having with an Asian person. We just had this conversation, and we are talking about the whole jackpot thing, whether people getting married to partners from abroad or from home. I know, like, there's a lot of arranged marriages in Asian communities, and it was like, and the person was saying, haven't you noticed that a lot of older men with their wives can barely speak English, even though they've been in the country 25, 30 years. So, do you know why they can't speak English? Because the men don't want to have to deal with the headache of a woman saying she knows her rights and whatever. So they make sure that their wives don't go to school. They don't have that extended, anything to do with the outside world. They have the little communities that they're in, the same women group, the same, religious groups, the same everything. So the woman is already cocooned in the center of the culture of the other women around there. So meeting someone who is most likely going to tempt her with, oh, your rights and stuff like that, is the possibility of meeting such a person is really, 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 really reduced. And again, they make sure that they have all the different meetings to knock out any notion of anybody trying to start having any thoughts outside of their husband and their family, you know. And I was like, wow. What even started our conversation? Why is it that it's hard for Asian men to be able to date women outside their race? That was what started the conversation.
Abby,
We
Abby,
went on and on.
Abby, go and look at the statistics of divorce in the generation that follows those elderly people.
Oh yeah, I'm not disputing that there
Their
are that
children
the statistics
will
of
never take what their
statistics of
parents have
is low.
taken. So
Eh?
their children would not take what their parents have taken at all.
At
It is
all. That's
high.
the thing.
First within that community is high.
Yeah, I think it's the same with even the black community because what our parents endured before, a lot of the children can't endure. So
Well,
like
our eye is here from house, not the where we
no,
want to.
no, it's not that. It's when you see something happening so long and you keep quiet and you just keep enduring, there's a limit. And you have a plan B. Our parents, the older generation before ours, they didn't have a plan B. There,
Plan what?
there was no plan B. It's just you get married, you die in that marriage. Whatever happened, just die there.
Is it
You
that
can't come
till
out.
death do you part? They meant
Yes, you can't go back
the
home.
only thing that was
Like your
keeping you was
husband beats
death.
you. Your husband beats you, go back home. They say, you must stop. They won't ask what happened. Oh, my husband
No,
beat me. You must
you
stop
get
doing
it.
what he would do to beat you. Go
No,
back.
it's not like that. You say, now the person where they love they correct like that. You never hear.
Exactly. You must stop annoying him. Just stop it. He won't beat you. Here you go now. There's a video, a movie, a Nigerian movie that they do, just cut off a bit of it, and it's been going around as a video, just a little bit of it. That the woman came back home and said, "See, my husband is beating me. I can't stay. What are you doing here? No, you know how many times your father beat me, and I remained here because
I
of you
don't
people."
understand why that is a flex.
Is that an achievement?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how parents say that thing like it's a flex.
So go
I've
back.
been
Your father beats me.
this how
Your
for them.
father
I've
beats
been
me
there,
and I
done that,
stay.
and I have look at all of you.
Now,
I have a certificate for it.
there's something I wanted to add about this foreign partnership and all that. Fine, we just keep talking about Africans who go to the diaspora, but it's the reverse also happens. Like a lot of non-Africans who work in Nigeria, for example,
Yeah.
they'll date the local girl, but then bring their own wives from their countries. So that happens too.
Oh yeah, and they
It's
too get
yeah,
the same thing because then
yes.
the local partner comes, be the international partner arrives and
Mm.
goes, what? You mean I have to pay for my own medicine? Like someone in the UK, you go and bring someone from UK to Nigeria, an
So
ordinary paracetamol you go buy. You to see doctor, you go pay consultation fee. Then you
mhm.
will not see the doctor, then you will not pay for the medication. And things like
That
food.
they're used to
And
getting free.
you put 50,000 naira in their hand. By the time they pay for gas, pay for chicken, pay for rice, pay for this,
Mhm.
pay for that, all of that stuff. They're like, what? Kind of thing.
There's go
Okay,
ahead, sorry.
no, continue, continue, continue.
There's this Lebanese guy who brought his wife. Of course, he felt the local Nigerian girls were just not it. They are too spoiled. They are too this. He would marry from his Lebanon and bring the wife. And he did. He brought this very lovely young virgin girl and he married her. Of course, brought her and they lived together. Before you could say Jack, the babe tear eye. Like if he says one, she'll tell him 10. Say, why are you behaving like a Nigerian woman? The babe tear eye. They separated. He said she has to go back to Lebanon and say, bah, I'm in Nigeria now. She refused to go. And I love that story. That was really, really slumped, just
Say, this one we die here. You've introduced me to jollof rice. Now I want me to go
she
back to
refused to
Lebanon.
go
You
back.
lie.
She remained there, said, man, I'm not going anywhere, man.
No, most of the expats that bring their spouses from
There's another one now that brought his wife. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Yvonne.
most of the expats that bring their spouses from, let's say, US, UK, wherever, they don't
Hmm.
come under the same circumstances as we do come, so the pressure is less on them. Some of them come with there's driver, there's everything, the life, anything you want. Some of them don't
It's
even
true.
go have to go to the shopping. But when we come here, you are coming from the life of luxury. You come here, you're starting like
True.
you start to go after.
True.
You're not used to jumping bus. You have to start learning the routes. You have to learn. No, it's sometimes that pressure is
It
enough.
doesn't even matter
Yeah.
whether the life of luxury or life of penury that you're coming from. It is a total different.
Different
I as
world.
a kid, at least you guys remember now when we were in school together. It's not as if I had one local or more backwater accent. At least it showed that I traveled small, even as a kid back then. With my parents. But trust me, coming here as an adult. And my parents, let me say that they roll inside money. But for the first time, I realized I was a black woman.
Hmm.
I
That's
never
why it
knew
mattered.
anything about the color of my skin.
Of course, until
I
you leave your
never knew.
country.
I never knew that I was a black woman. I just knew I was a bishkena. All
That's
of a
all.
sudden, I came as an adult and I'm a black woman, and I'm like, huh?
Hmm.
And the mind fuck that comes with that you look in the mirror and you're seeing a totally different identity. I never ever in my life had to look in the mirror and go, oh, you're a black woman. I just always saw Abby.
Just
And
the
then
same way when they don't come, they come to
within
realize that like Oyibo.
within weeks I knew I was a black woman. And what that does to you, if you are not careful, it will grind you down.
And that's the point I was going to make when I said an angle that we didn't even talk about. A lot of time when the spouses come, female, male, it doesn't really matter. But I know female really more because what society expects a female to do. So when they come to this diaspora, as Yvonne, you said, start from scratch. Abby, that's when you realize that yes, oh, you're this black person. So you are somehow disenfranchised for so many things. You're black, you don't have your papers, you're waiting to get your papers, you can't do a lot of things, and you stand out. As if by your accent, first of all, you're talking and they're like, where are you from? They know definitely you're not even from the country.
Yeah.
You stand
Like
out
they say,
like a
oh, you're
sore thumb.
American. And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not American. How
So
do
you
I say I'm
stand
American?
out.
I've never been there.
That is it. So imagine someone that is used to wearing hijab from head to toe now comes has to wear jeans because hijab for where you enter bus with hijab. So something like that. A lot of these spouses end up having some psychological issues that they never get out of. A lot of them end up having problems. We've seen them here. They are not normal. Mental. Yes.
Depression.
Yes. They never get out of it. So they're there. It's like, see, I can't go forward. I can't go back.
And there's this thing of, sorry, Nana, there's also this
Yes.
thing of you want to blame your partner for sort of destroying your innocence.
And taking it out of where your comfort zone into this wild, wild west.
Yes. But you can't.
Talk about it.
You want to fight your partner like a hellcat, but then you can't because the people back home that went and celebrated your wedding are already like, our daughter is living in the lap of luxury.
And then when you say you want to go back, I remember when I was going to go to the US for the first time. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think I'm going to go. Maybe my mom called me that It's like I say, you see someone has jazzed me. How can you just want to go to the US? My mom said someone has jazzed me. She was lamenting. Ah, someone has jazzed my child. Someone has placed the voodoo on my
But
child.
I'll tell you, Nana,
And
if it was
when you
a
think
man,
of
Nana, if it was a man that brought me to this country, I swear I would have fought him.
You know? So
Because
you
it was
come,
my family. I
you
couldn't
say
fight.
no. You
I
say, okay,
couldn't
sir.
fight because it was my family. But if it was a man that
Mhm,
brought me from Nigeria to this
mhm,
country, and I saw what I saw in the first 2 3 years.
mhm.
Nana, 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 they would have called you to come and bail your friend in prison.
So you tell people back home, say, you know what? This place is not really what you guys think. Hey, you don't want us to come. You're doing bad belly, blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah, me, I didn't even have any of that because again, I lived here as a kid and everything.
Mhm.
So my memories of this place were very childlike, very we ate ice cream, we
Mhm.
went around, I played with my friends. There was no hard line about racism or about
Yeah,
how
there
I
was, but you didn't notice.
I didn't notice I was a kid.
Mm.
Ooh, what do I
you
do?
Mm.
were
That's
That
it.
was
from it,
but when I now came here as an hey, I then my mom was like, I'm like, yeah, I'm having a great
Mm.
time.
That's it now. Let's go back and like, what are you coming back to do? What are you
Exactly.
coming back to
when you think of all the people that followed you to the airport, drummers that went to dance for you as you were going, all the
Exactly. All the Atilogu
In fact,
dancers. Now you're coming back
people,
in
where?
fact, the day I was moving out like this, one of my siblings was moving into my room. There's
Exactly.
no
Like
room for you.
your space has been taken. That's the thing. And so many times when you think of it, okay, maybe I should go back to Nigeria. You find out where you were, that position you were in Nigeria, it's
It's
gone.
gone.
It's gone. So
It's
you can't go back home.
all the
Staying here is one kind. Going back is impossible. So you're just stuck in the
you
middle.
become it's like you have been displaced. You become like a refugee
Yes, it's
on your own
like, see,
backside.
we're not expecting you
A
back. That's the
refugee on
thing.
your
We're not
own side.
expecting you back.
Like
To never
there's
come
no
back.
space for you. Don't come. You. I'm lonely. Hey, go and make friends.
Come make friends.
where
I'm
you
sad. I'm
you
sad.
go
I'm
come back.
hungry. Go and eat a burger. I like, no, I don't want to eat a burger. I want to eat pounded yam, the one they pounded.
Go to the market and go and buy yam and pound it in your house.
The other time I was like, you know what? I woke up that day with a craving and I knew there was nowhere I was going to get it. But that craving made me sad the whole day. And what was the craving, Ojari? Roadside akara.
Shebi is Rose. Me, I wanted to eat corn and ube one day, and I sat down on the floor in front of my kitchen and sobbed like a child
You
for
don't say,
about an
why is it
hour.
so hard? Just go and fry it. And like, you don't get it. That roadside on, there's some flavor that comes from the roadside that enters the akara that I will not get if I fry it in my kitchen.
And
I
then
need
they
that
threw it
roadside akara.
inside newspaper. Try.
Are you talking? Are you talking?
Better go and get newspaper from the boss and use it to be
Doctor
happy.
Stephen
Or
is looking at us. Let me quickly read the comments because we have to close now. Then we'll go into after party. So, Sister said, "Good evening, everyone. This is serious. So that's watching the video." And then the prof said, "Good evening, everyone." Then Doctor Sen is like, "Una still there here?
We
Prof
did.
of
We dey wait for
Trinity. We
you.
are still here. We are waiting for you, but you refuse to come." So I think we'll round off here. This topic, I don't think we've even touched. I wish there were more men because
Yeah, so that we have more
I
angles.
want men because I don't want it to be like and that's why I was trying very hard to be balanced because honestly, it is not something that is reserved for just one gender.
No, it's not.
It is it's and what I can say because some people will be watching
Sorry.
and say, okay, Abby, you guys have talked about it, but how do we protect ourselves? This is what I'll say. I'll say my points. Nana say your points. Yvonne say your points on how people in diaspora can save themselves and even people back home. Please, don't be in a rush to enter any relationship. in the name of opportunity to japa, or
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to have a wife that I won't be eating alone, or opportunity to have a husband. I can be doing toy toy in the night and not be feeling bad. Because living with someone is so totally different.
True.
I don't live with anybody. I live by myself. But I know, say, because when I think back to when I was with my fiance, I know the kind of way we were living together. And even though he was a white guy, everything, he didn't make my life hard in any way, shape, or form. In fact, that guy spoils me, let me not lie. But even then, I was still, we were two of us in a space. There'll still be, even when the fight didn't make sense, we'll fight. Excuse me.
Sorry.
And things like that. And that
Get
is a
what sort of
loving
quick.
relationship. A loving relationship.
Mm-hmm.
A relationship based on friendship.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine a relationship that is like two strangers coming together to come and sit down together and be looking at this.
Yeah.
So think it well. That's my advice. Nana, what's your advice?
Yeah. As Yvonne said, it's the sincerity really. What do you want to marry for? Yeah, a lot of women that, well, let me stick to women. A lot of women that say, okay, marry someone abroad is like a big deal and everything. You could come here and find out that the life you left behind, the guy you left behind will have given you a better life, and then you could still come to the abroad and do your vacation or something. You don't have to live abroad to make it in life. So if coming abroad means you giving up your freedom, your sanity, please don't do it. As Abby said, even if you know the person a long time and then you end up living together, that it was going to be clashes. Talking about someone you don't even know, it's an arranged wedding. You only see the person maybe every December when the person comes for Christmas, and then you feel, oh, he's the sun, moon, and star because he lives in the US or in the UK and you go with him. It's a risk. So don't do it. If you feel, yes, you can endure whatever this guy brings, I love him enough to endure. Of course, that doesn't say if he's hitting you left, right, and center, you should endure. No, but don't go in with the mindset that negatives will happen. Go because you're sincere. Don't marry someone for papers. It doesn't end up well. Never ever. As Yvonne said earlier, that when you tell your children in future that, see, it's not a good story. Then again, if you feel that you really can't trust people, maybe you've been, burnt before and everything, do a prenup. A prenup will put your mind at ease. So you no need to quarrel. This is it. If this happens, this happens. If this happens, this happens. No need to fight. No need to put yourself through stress. Just do a prenup if you feel you just need a backup. So that's just my advice.
In fact, one day we're going to do the horror stories of marriage for paper. Maybe that will be our next topic.
Mm-hmm.
Because people think that, oh man, we just marry for paper. You think that paper is easy like that?
You know, if
The
you,
person want to give you paper safe, is it okay?
you know, the okay.
Right now. Oh yeah, Yvonne.
Um, I think I said from my own side because I
Mm-hmm.
am a beneficiary of, you know, being married and then I joined my spouse here. So what I would say is for those people who are bringing their spouses um, um, from Nigeria, your expectations, maybe let's say if you're a man and you're expecting that because when I bring my wife from Nigeria, she will come they cook fresh food for me and all that and all that. And at the same time you're expecting her to work to support. Please be realistic. Be very realistic. You might not get that. And don't think that you're bringing somebody to enslave that person. If what you give is what you get. If you show love, if
Mm-hmm.
you give that person love, and you know, and you're genuine with what you're doing, your intentions, you receive that back. And be very sensitive. Be sensible when you're doing this. Know who you're bringing. Whether you're a man or a woman, be very sensible. Do your due diligence before you go and jump inside fire. You have a clean record here, got a good record here, doing well, no wahala. You go bring person come. The next thing, wahala begin follow you. Before you know, you don't lose job. So you just need to do your due diligence. Make you not go enter trouble. You know. And if you're a man that they are bringing you from Nigeria here to this place, if if the woman say no, just respect them. No is no, so that tomorrow you know go say the woman go set you up. That's my 2 pence. Just you know, be realistic with your expectations.
Okay, okay, okay. Well, I'm going to quickly read the comments and then we'll have to say good night. So, Dr. Seno said, you can do it in several parts. The issues are complex. Relocation. Okay, she's saying we can do the show in several parts. Relocation, marriage, and then away from the familiar. Mimi Ahmed said, what of Zuch? Leave me and Zuch. Our situation is
Your
beautiful.
love is international.
Our love is international. Leave us alone. Mr. Man, face your front. Face your sister. Yeah? Yvonne, tell your brother to face his front. Then Dr. Senu said, even within Nigeria, ethnic differences and being with partner in an area one or the other or both have not lived before. That is a
Mm-hmm.
problem. Giving up
Yes.
freedom or sanity, even in Nigeria, is not to be advised.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a complex matter. The
Mm-hmm.
abroad just exposes the difficulty in expectations, is not the cause. This is not gender specific. Then Dr. Senu wrote a very special message for Nana. He said, hello, Nana. Stop looking sexy. I am blind today.
I'm blushing.
I can't believe that you people are using my program to be doing love in Tokyo.
I'm blushing. I've done all shades of purple.
Anyway,
Dr.
thank
Sedu
you, everyone.
Deary.
Black
Thank
as
you.
me.
Thank you.
Yo, she's
As black as
Bad belly.
as
oh,
black as
jeez, God, the highest order. Sweetie, this is how you do it. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Truly, truly appreciate you. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in, for the comments, for everything. And of course, please like, share, subscribe, and comment, until we do this again, same time next week. Take care and God bless. Bye.
Bye.
oh, you come out your wig.
Ah, ah, shoo.